Alright, what is up guys? So I'm going to do a live stream today, and I just want to do a Q&A session with anyone who wants to ask questions. I thought about doing a video for these topics, and I might still do that, but I wanted to go over anything in regards to haunted objects. If you have any questions about haunted objects, you can ask, because I think there are a lot of misconceptions out there on what I'm doing or what this is about. So I want to just answer some questions with you guys and all that good stuff. Hold on one second. And what you guys are actually looking at are my haunted objects that I own at the moment, or claimed haunted objects, I should say. How's it going, Caxa? Yeah, this time I'm gonna be here. The other times I've streamed was just when I was out. I wanted to see if anything would happen with the objects, to see if the spirits attached to the objects might be more active. Obviously, I didn't see anything out of the ordinary when I watched it. Um, but yeah, this is more of a Q&A session right now for anyone who wants to ask questions. How's it going, Jonathan? Thank you for that. Appreciate it, man. So yeah, anybody who's just joined, you're joining a session where I'm answering any of your guys' questions you may have about haunted objects or haunted dolls. You are looking at my haunted objects at the moment, the claimed haunted objects that have stories to them and everything that I'm investigating themselves. These are real supposed haunted objects too. These aren't made up stories or anything of that sort. So do you guys have any questions at all that you want to ask? I'm doing good, Jonathan. I'm doing pretty good. No, I didn't see any dolls moving. Um, and also, that is actually claimed haunted toilet paper, guys. No joke at all. This That was an expensive roll of toilet paper there that I'm investigating. But that's the chances of being an investigator. You take the chances of paying a lot of money in this business to bring the public what they want to see, or if it's real. So I'm here doing that. But I didn't see no dolls moving. I did hear people outside the apartment walking by. It sounded pretty scary because it sounded like they were crying. I do have a loud air conditioner also, so it makes a lot of noise, and you guys probably heard some tapping too. That was just the air conditioner making its daily noise routine. I shouldn't say daily, I should say quite a few times daily noises. So there's a lot of sound contamination in this particular apartment, which is kind of a bad deal. I wish I did live in a house where it was a lot quieter. Um, someone did point out, or a couple of you guys pointed out, that this toilet paper was moving, but that was just the wind from the AC itself blowing. Over here there is a draft, so it was getting blown by that. But yeah, I plan on streaming the dolls, or any other item I might get, maybe overnight, because it's a good idea for research purposes in case anything did move while I was not watching, to catch it on video, especially if it's being recorded, and then share it with the world who's watching. Maybe they'll see it too. So it's a good idea, I think, for people who own haunted items or claimed haunted items to actually record as much as you can, because this this stuff isn't taken so seriously, especially in the scientific community today. Although we think we catch a lot of stuff, people still are not taking it seriously, which is kind of a bummer. But you're probably wondering what that red pod is right there, that little pod with the antenna in the middle. That's actually a device. It creates its own electromagnetic field around it. And anything that breaks it, I'll show you guys here. It goes like that. So, in theory, ghosts are able, or spirits are able to manipulate that, walk up into it, touch it, and it'll start beeping to let us know that there's something there. But people have to take in consideration that certain electronics will set off that device if you're not careful with it. I do have my laptop sitting close, so it hasn't gone off yet since I've had my laptop over, which is a good thing. But you got to be careful with certain electronics, cell phones, AC units, and all that can set that item off. So you got to be careful before you announce anything paranormal of that fact. So that's what that device is. I set it up there all night. In case it goes off, it'll wake me up to alert me that something just set it off. Exactly. My fear is that something's going to happen, especially with this toilet paper roll. If there is a spirit attached to it, it is said from the previous owner that it would unroll itself. My fear is that it's not going to be on film. If it happens, if there is actually a spirit attached to it, if the owner is saying what it's saying, if the spirit is actually there, that's my fear, is it unrolling and me not being able to catch it on, uh, not being able to catch it on film. So I think it's a good idea to live stream it 24/7, but also have I ever heard of the Spirit Box? Of course, I got the first Shack Hack actually back when it came out, early 2000s. What's up, Gabe? How's it going, man? I do have a Spirit Box with me. Um, I don't know if you guys actually seen a video that I posted on my thoughts on the Spirit Box in general. Um, I don't think it's completely ruled out that it could be something useful on investigations. Uh, but you guys got to understand there are radio frequencies being picked up. So, I mean, for me, it's about trying to prove to skeptics wise that there are spirits here. Although the spirit box may point to something, it doesn't show definite proof of spirits and ghosts. Because I mean, think about it. It's AM FM radio station, so we pick up a lot of that, especially on the Radio Shack Hack I have. Is it's very, what's the word for it? Very loud, and it's kind of slow compared to the new spirit boxes that I've seen, and I just hadn't had any like motivation to really buy another one. But I actually hacked it myself after it was known that you could hack that into a spirit box, which is very easy. Um, but yeah, I've also thought about doing a live ghost box session with people once I maybe get more items or more people to actually get in. Yeah, Huff, that's what he investigates, is basically the spirit box. Spirit communication is what he tries to do. This guy named Huff, he made a spirit box and Ghost goes inside and talk to him. Well, he's Huff. I mean, honestly, he is like he's very controversial with how he approaches things, and I can't really speak for him himself because like I said, a lot of it is radio interference, so it's hard to say. And even with his stuff, it seems to use the same kind of technology, but he's found ways to, because he, you know, invents, it looks like, his own stuff. So it looks like he's found ways to make it a little more quieter, and it's basically a spirit box, just advanced is what it is. So although he claims to talk to spirits and he looks like he gets intelligent answers, it's hard to say if it is spirits doing it. Because if it is, how does he know for sure it's spirits? And he has to prove that, which he has not done so. I think if Huff tried to really like catch paranormal things happening, like movement of items, or catching, messing with more of the electronic voice phenomena on the side of digital recorders, he might be a little more credible. But for me, I don't watch too much of his stuff because he's still testing with a lot of things, and I don't think he has everything figured out. You guys can actually go look up Huff Paranormal in YouTube. He does have a YouTube channel, has many subscribers, creates videos almost weekly. He messes more with spirit communication. But from what I've seen, he seems to be a little more, it looks like he's trying to be real. I don't know. A lot of these YouTubers, and I'm probably going to be in there one day, are going to be questioned for their credibility. Because honestly, guys, this field, if you're taking it seriously, so many people are making money off of this business, from equipment, ghost tours people give in their cities. What else? Haunted dolls off of eBay. It's a money making business, guys, and unfortunately, I don't like to see that in the field because no one's really proved what a ghost is. I mean, um, we have our sorry guys, I'm looking at something right now. But yeah, with people making so much, have you ever seen a ghost or demon or alien in real life? I guess I'll answer your question since it popped up. Um, I've been doing this for since I was 13, 14 years old is when I first got interested in it. It was more of the thrill at the time. Because my sister actually you know, got me interested in it. But have I seen a ghost? Aliens, no. I know what you're talking about in the alien phenomena. I have not seen anything of that sort. Um, but there's actually an interesting story. I don't know if you guys know who Aleister Crowley is, or Crowley, however you want to say his name. You can actually search him online, and there's a lot of YouTube videos of him. Um, he actually drew this sort of demon that he was talking to, and it looks exactly like the shape of a gray alien that we think of gray aliens today. But he was a Satanist and all that, so that's interesting. But have I? No, I haven't seen an alien. Ghosts, I have not seen, but I have heard. When I was younger, I did go to this place, and I'm kicking myself over it because I do not know where I put my evidence videos at with it. But so you guys can think I'm making up a story, but I'm really not. So, but anyways, I was in this place, and I caught so many things on EVP there it's crazy. But I did have a friend who claimed to be, psychic, medium. So he came with us, and the activity actually picked up a lot. And he actually, was yelling at one point to shut a window or a door of some sort. And he actually had a reply, and there was a door that opened and shut on its own. There was no one upstairs. That was probably one of the scariest things I've ever witnessed in my life, is hearing a door open and slam on command. So at this moment, it's just personal experience for me. Yeah, I've seen G Team Paranormal too. G Team Paranormal, they're more interested in spirit box communications too, for their proof. They do a lot of spirit box, but they do that for themselves. They even came out and said that they ghost hunt just for themselves. They're not out to really prove much of anything. I think they did get big from the YouTuber Omar Gosh, so they've been helped out a lot by being with Omar. So do you guys have any Gabe, yeah, there's people who claim to do that, Gabe, so I'm not putting it past you. But do you guys have any questions in regards to maybe haunted items, like of any sort? There's not going to be any stupid questions at all. So, I mean, if you guys need questions and answers, I'll give them to my best I can. Yeah, Caxa, if there's tapping on the walls, you've got to be aware that there's, you know, I have tapping on my walls too, and it's from an AC unit. And then I have neighbors too, and there's actually tapping going on right now. I don't know where he lives or what his surroundings are, so it's hard to say exactly what it is. But I wouldn't assume it to be paranormal right off the bat unless he can go and look around to see where the tapping's coming from. So let him know to actually go around where the tapping is coming from, and if it continues, to record it to his best ability and share it. Alright, well, since you guys aren't really asking too many questions, you guys can continue to chat and all. Um, I guess I'll go over my two dolls and this toilet paper and give you the story on what what happened with them. But first, I guess I'll like tell you guys what a haunted object is. Uh, so it is said that spirits, they don't become the doll, but they'll follow the object around. They take keen to it for some reason. And the reasoning, the theories are out there that it was an object that they admired or were close to, so they attach themselves to it when they die. So they follow it around. So that's kind of the theory out there. No one really knows why that is or if that's true, but that's any item, for example, a toilet paper roll, maybe. I don't know why a spirit would attach to that, but that's the claim out there, guys, and I'm out there to investigate if it's real or not. So, but anyways, let's start with the white dressed girl here. The seller had told me her name's Lydia, and she apparently died at 11 years old on a farm accident, and she attached herself to this doll. When I got the doll and when I was buying her, apparently she could sing. Her spirit can through EVP, which I still have not caught at all. It's been about 7 months now since I've gotten these two dolls, and nothing's really happened. But that's the claim with her. And then the next one, her name is actually Ashley, and she died supposedly by cancer in this doll, supposedly set by the bedside of the girl who died, and now she attached to that doll. And when I got the doll, apparently the claims with the spirit is that the spirit can, walk around, open cabinet drawers, and all that sort. So those are the claims with those two supposed little girl spirits. And then this toilet paper roll here, I actually got not too long ago. This toilet paper roll, it was just too good to pass up. I'm not gonna come across haunted toilet paper ever again in my life, so I decided to take a chance on it, spend some money. And that's the thing in this field. You're gonna spend money to prove anything. I mean, this is a research type of thing. But that toilet paper roll is supposedly haunted by some spirit. I guess the lady kept trying to throw away this roll, and it kept reappearing back out of the trash. She would hear coughing and a toilet flushing coming from a room, so she decided to put it into a closet, and she apparently heard the toilet flushing, a phantom toilet flushing, and a phantom cough coming from the closet itself. So she just decided to get rid of it, and she made some money on it. So I got it, and these are 3 haunted claimed objects that I am studying. I did have another one coming, but the seller, for some odd reason, I'm going to make a video on this too, decided as soon as I won it the next day, decided to refund me. And apparently she works within the witchcraft sort of business, and she has doll advisors on the spirits and all that. And apparently the doll spirit did not want to leave her or the area, so she got kind of upset and was breaking, I guess, things, coming out of her box. The box was opening, and so she decided to refund me and said that she will either send it for free for me next time or give me another haunted object. Now, I don't know if any of that story is true, but I'm kind of upset that I bought this doll due to her extraordinary claims, and I have not been able to get it. So guys, if you ever go to eBay to look at these haunted dolls, you got to be careful, because I feel, and I have no evidence for it, but I feel like they're making a lot of money out there selling these dolls because they're supposedly to be haunted. Yeah, Caxa, you've probably looked into a lot of UFO stories. There's actually people out there who seem to be magnets for these supposed UFOs. So I don't know if you see them all the time or not, but if you do, you could be one of those people who claim to be like a magnet of coming in contact with those objects. It is my firm belief, though, that the UFO phenomena and ghost activity are somehow related in some sort of way. That's my belief. I can't prove it, but we all have beliefs, right? Yeah, and I think there's so many misconceptions too. Gabe, you brought up a point. Um, I think a lot of people have this misconception that spiritual activity just happens when we want it to, or that the doll's just going to throw, like this doll's just going to throw herself off the table, or the toilet paper is just going to unroll automatically. And we can't really tell when this stuff is going to happen. It's the nature of it does not work that way from what I have observed in my experience. So a lot of people find this stuff actually boring, and they come to realize it's not like TV. It's not like what they show all the time on the edits on Ghost TV. So they get bored. I've had so many people who join my group, and then after a while they decide to back out, or it doesn't interest them as much as me because the activity doesn't happen the way they want it to. So they get backed out and they don't want to do it no more. But yeah, guys, if you have any questions at all, don't be afraid to ask about these haunted items. If you guys know everything about haunted items and or the theories, that's fine. But go ahead and ask, and I'll try to educate you guys as much as I can based on the current theories and what is known or not known, I should say. But I guess I'll get into how I became interested in truth. I don't think it's boring, it's exciting and scary. Yeah, guys, and you know what? It's hard to find people who actually would invest their time in this research process. Um, to me, it's an opportunity to explore something different outside of science and what is known. I mean, back in the day, people didn't know if the earth was flat or round. I mean, today people still argue about that. I don't understand why. Uh, but people still don't know much about lightning, for example. But this is kind of the same deal for me. Is it's something different, something to explore. I feel like an explorer, and then I'm exploring something different to bring to the world. I think we all have our different beliefs on what ghosts are. In my opinion, I don't focus on if this girl is really Lydia or Ashley, or if she's a really 11-year-old girl or not. If they want to show in some way that that's them, okay. But I have my beliefs on what ghosts are. But I'm more to prove the phenomena is happening, and I think so many people focus on if it's a little girl that's haunting this place or a grown man, instead of actually trying to bring about the proof that this stuff really exists. What's the black circular thing between the three objects? Well, that's what we call a red pod. Um, it's kind of a I don't know if you guys ever heard of the REM pod, but it's kind of the same thing. It creates its own magnetic field around the object and the antenna, so that if anything breaks the plane of this object, and I'll demonstrate here. If anything comes into contact with the antenna or around the object itself, it will start buzzing like that. And that's to tell me that there's something there trying to interact with me or trying to get my attention. And obviously, if there's no person there, it could be something like a discarnate being or a ghost of some sort breaking that plane. So that's to warn me and to let me know that there's something there. Now we got to be careful though, because it is said certain electronics can set that object off. So if there's anything close or a signal of some sort being broadcasted out, that it could set that off. From what I've seen with my electronics around, it has not set it off. So if it goes off without me being around it, then it could indicate that there's something there. Yeah, Jonathan, you say that it was creepy and stopped, and I saw it. It saw me and it disappeared. That's why I kind of believe that somehow that the alien ghost thing has some sort of correlation to it. But that's my belief. Everyone has their own beliefs, but they can't really prove it. But it's okay to have beliefs. I mean, it's not going to hurt anything. But I think what a lot of people need to start doing is, I mean, that's what my goal is, to actually prove the phenomenon is happening on camera. Air, no, it won't go off. It collaborates itself to the surrounding. So here, I'm going to touch this. See how it was going off after I got done touching it? What it's doing there is recollaborating itself, so that it will not have normal things make it go off. So something itself has to go over there that it's not used to in order to make it, set off. But yeah, when I took my hand away, if something, you know, was to touch it, that's what it would look like. Now, will that indicate that it's a ghost? Not necessarily, but that will indicate that there's something there worth investigating at that time. So it would be a good time to pull out maybe your digital voice recorder. Yeah, Caxa, there's a lot of people. There's so many YouTubers out there that are big right now, and I'm not going to give names out because I don't want to just be that person, but there are a lot of people who will post videos showing that these people are fake. Um, and I believe it. People will post things in order to get views. Easy money. Again, this field is corrupted with money without anything really being proven or set in stone. I mean, if it was science would take it a little more seriously, but it's a money making business, unfortunately. What do I think about 3 a.m. challenge hide and seek with dolls? Is that real? Well, guys, the 3 a.m. thing has actually been around for centuries and centuries and centuries. Uh, it wasn't even a challenge. The 3 a.m. is actually a witching hour that was big in especially witchcraft, um, which is basically, I don't know if you guys ever also heard of, what is it, Paranormal State. It was actually a TV show that ran for a few years. They would always do this 3 a.m. thing, because the theory was around 3 a.m. that's when a lot of paranormal activity would happen. Um, so, do I think the 3 a.m. challenge is real? I think to a certain extent it can be, but we do have a lot of YouTubers out there who, in my opinion, fake things in order to get the views, just like we were talking about. Um, but yeah, the 3 a.m. thing has actually been around for centuries. It's always been a theory that ghosts or other entities are able to. That's like the hour for ghosts, apparently. So it's been a century and century thing. How's it going, Sandboxton? Thank you for joining, man. I know you got some busyness over there on your own stuff. Do I think the hide and seek with dolls is real? Um, it's hard to say, especially with the people who are doing these challenges aren't really investigators, so it's hard to say. Truth, did you play the Ouija board? Yes, I did when I was younger, but it never worked for me at all. Um, and as I became a Christian, I kind of backed off from that, and I still get kind of a lot of um, crap for doing what I'm doing right now. So I don't really play with it no more because it never worked for me, and it's hard to prove that it is actually some spiritual force at play. Or Siri. Oh yeah, that Siri thing that they're doing. Yeah, that Siri thing is. I can tell you right off the bat that is not real. It's fake. I think there's actually apps out there for that. Charlie Charlie challenge. I see the Charlie Charlie challenge as the same as a Ouija board. Again, I have no idea. Since the YouTubers out there, I can't really take them as credible people just because of the stuff that they might do or just the people they are. I'm not bashing them, but they're not like investigators. They don't really take it seriously. So I wouldn't trust it. I mean, it's good entertainment. I like watching the entertainment, but I can't say if it's true or not. But yeah, I think there was actually a guy on here, and if you guys want to look him up, you can. His YouTube name is Proving Demons. So check out Proving Demons. He actually did a video on this whole uh, 3 a.m. challenge and Siri thing. And he came to find out there's actually an app out there for it. So it's for entertainment purposes, and unfortunately, it makes us look bad in this community too. They're not helping out our case. The people who don't get the recognition are the ones who probably should. Oh, what's up, Haunted Toilet Paper? I can't believe you actually changed your name. All right, Pixel, we got. I'm just doing a live stream right now. If you have any questions for me or about this whole scenario, why I'm doing this, what what are these haunted dolls, or what I'm doing, you can go ahead and ask the questions, and I'll answer them. Been pretty good. Still alive, so can't complain. Have I experienced anything with the toilet paper yet? Nothing out of the ordinary, guys. I've had it for what, 2 or 3 days now. Um, Nothing out of the ordinary. But guys, I will elaborate what this toilet paper is for. If you guys don't know what spirit attachments are, it's when a spirit for some odd reason will take keen to an item and follow it around. I have no idea. The theories out there is that it was something that meant something to them, but I don't know why a toilet paper would be any person's lovely item to attach to. But the claims out there was that the woman was hearing coughing and phantom flushing of toilets in a closet it was in, and when they moved it, it was still coming from that room. So it also has been claimed to unroll itself. So what I'm actually looking forward to is this thing unrolling when nothing's actually pushing it. So nothing with the toilet paper yet, but the theories are out there that some items may take a while to actually, the spirits might take a while to actually warm up to their new location. So if that's true, I'm not going to give up on this toilet paper thing too quickly. Voodoo dolls, are they real because people are posting videos of them? I'm confused about it. Actually, voodoo dolls, they go back. They were probably one of the first type of haunted dolls out there, um, besides the poppets or puppets, however you want to pronounce it. Um, Voodoo dolls were meant to kind of bring upon good luck or damage to a certain person. The earliest haunted doll was, I guess people would use dolls in their rituals. They would try to take out Ramses III in ancient Egypt. So they believed they could actually use dolls to bring down him. So it goes back many years. Voodoo dolls and all that. It's possible. I don't know. That's exactly why I'm investigating, because if it's real, then I think it would be the same thing as trying to, these things are probably the same thing as the voodoo dolls, but just different in the fact that they're not out to do anything to you. Church, try unrolling the toilet paper and check the next day to see if it rolled back. Yeah, Gabe, I've actually thought about doing that too. It's hard to, roll these things back up, so I'm trying to, it'd be interesting to actually stream that too to see if that would happen. So I will take that in consideration for sure. Have you caught anything on video yet? No, I have not caught anything on video. That's actually why I'm doing these random streams. It's actually a test to see how my old phone holds up during the streams. I'm probably going to have to move to a webcam on my other computer because it's not holding the charge on my phone for some reason, my old phone. But I'm here to catch anything because I was telling earlier viewers that I will feel bad if something happens with this toilet paper or anything with the dolls and it wasn't caught on video, because then it's just a claim, it's not proven. So what I want to do is actually stream almost non-stop of these items to see if anything really does happen, because this is a research, this is being taken seriously, so I want to see if this stuff is real or not. So nothing on video out of the ordinary. And also I was clearing up the fact that things don't really happen when we want them to. So it could take a while if there's anything really attached to these items for anything to really happen. But I want to share it with not just myself, but with the world watching, if anyone wants to watch. Because then you guys could see it, excuse me, yourself. But for now, these are claimed haunted items, so I'm looking for more. So if you guys actually know of anybody who owns haunted items that want to give it up, maybe it's too much for them, or they just want to give it up for not being able to watch out for it no more, they can send it to me and I will take it in for paranormal research purposes to see if this object or topic of haunted items are real. It's all for paranormal research, real paranormal research. So there's nothing going to be faked on this at all, because I think too many people are, taking advantage of other people with money and stuff like that. That it's ridiculous. Yeah, Pixel, I've explained this two other times, but I'll explain it again. I have no problem with that. That device is actually what we call a red pod in paranormal investigating. It's a research tool. You might have heard of the REM pod. Some of you, it's basically a knockoff on that, but it works the same exact way from a different creator. So basically what it is, it creates its own energy field around the antenna and the object itself. So if anything breaks the plane around it or touches the antenna, it will alert a sound. And I'll give you a example here like this. And I'm not even touching it, it's just going off because I'm near it. So what that does for us is alert that there's something breaking the plane. Spirits are said to actually interact with this. You can look on YouTube of red pods or REM pods being active. And you also got to watch out because certain electronics will set off that device if you're not careful. And right now it's not being set off by anything. So if it goes off, it could be something breaking the plane to alert that there's something there. So would it automatically mean a ghost? Not in my opinion it wouldn't, but it would mean something could possibly be there trying to get my attention. So I would definitely have a camera on that or pull out my voice recorder to try to capture disembodied voices on it. Hey Raspberries, welcome. Yeah, welcome. I got mine for like, I don't remember if it was $50 or something, but I think it went up in price. So they're making a lot of money on these devices. So it could be about 60, 70 bucks. I got it because it's almost like a good motion detector for me. And guys, I gotta start setting up moderators on here, but I'm trying to do it on my. It won't let me do it on my mobile app, and I do not know how to do it. Okay, never mind. I figured it out. Did my other doll ever come in? Actually, no, it didn't. Hold on 1 second, guys. I gotta set up this stupid little. I gotta get a cell phone tripod mount because this is not really working out the way I want it to.